Hello and welcome again to the channel. Is Usain Bolt world record under threat, and John Kingston and his mother found guilty? Let's get to it. Well, I guess most of you already know that Sean Kingston and his mother was found guilty and is awaiting sentencing. Turner's defense attorney, that's Sean Kingston's mother, attorney, whose name is Humberto Dominguez, said that during closing arguments Friday that she was trying to protect her son from people after his money, and she had suspicions about a TV installer, 2 jewelers, and a car dealership. Mentioned in court. This case is about a woman's intuition, Dominguez said, after telling Judge David S. Leibowitz he wanted to speak his truth earlier in the proceedings. Kingston changed course, ultimately deciding not to testify. Kingston was allowed to post bond and remain out of jail until his sentence is partly because he made the decision to remain silent, the federal judge said in court. Leibowitz said Turner's testimony, which he said amounted to obstruction, was a factor in his decision to remand her into federal custody. He said her testimony makes it impossible to believe she wouldn't do anything for her son. Kingston and Turner hugged as she was taken into federal custody. As he left the courtroom, Kingston thanked the judge for his fairness. The Jamaican-born artist did not speak to the media, and he left the court in a Lamborghini Urus SUV. He was 17 when his hit Beautiful Girl was released in 2007. It quickly topped Billboard Top 100 and stayed there for 4 weeks.
You're way too beautiful, girl. That's
the single showcased Kingston hybrid sing-song rapping, part of a Jamaican tradition that underlies the origins of hip-hop, over the musical track of Stand By Me by Benny King. Its video surpassed 1 billion views on YouTube in 2022, according to Billboard. So NBC has reported that Sean Kingston and his mother has been found guilty. Sean Kingston under house arrest and his mother in a federal lockup, where both are now awaiting sentencing. Let's listen to the short report on their date for sentencing.
The verdict is in for Sean Kingston's federal fraud trial. According to NBC News, the Beautiful Girls singer, whose real name is Keyshawn Anderson, and his mom, Janice Turner, were each found guilty on 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud at a Florida courthouse on March 28th. The 2 will be sentenced July 11th, with Kingston confined to house arrest for the time being. Meanwhile, his mother has been remanded into federal custody. Per a press release from the Southern District of Florida's U.S. Attorney's Office, the mother-son duo were accused of scamming $1 million worth of items from vendors of luxury cars, jewelry, and other high-end goods by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers. Kingston was arrested in California on May 23, 2024, hours after his mother was taken into police custody during a raid on his Florida rental home. He waived his right to fight extradition and was transported to Florida, where he and his mom posted bail and pled not guilty to their charges. According to NBC 6 South Florida, during their trial, which began on March 24th, Turner testified to being irresponsible with her son's finances and creating fake wire transfers. She said Kingston had a need to keep up with his celebrity image through an expensive lifestyle, alleging that her son was taken advantage of by other businesses in the past. Turner testified she had every intention of paying, and the fake documents were a way to buy time so she could investigate the legitimacy of the vendors. Kingston chose not to testify, with his defense attorney arguing in closing statements that the musician is, quote, still a kid in his mind and doesn't get how business works, per NBC. However, the prosecution contended that was no excuse. Assistant U.S. Attorney Mark Anton said there's only one reason fake documents would need to be created: to trick someone. For more updates on this story, visit eonline.com.
And the next news is from Express. It says Usain Bolt has made feelings very clear on losing accolades as 100-meter records under threat. Well, people, this is what the Express is saying. Usain Bolt is already made it clear that he's not worried about being stripped of his accolades following claims that he could lose his world record over 100 meters. The legendary sprinter is the fastest man to have ever lived, with nobody coming close to beating his best time. He set his incredible world record of 9.58 seconds at the World Athletics Championship in 2009. Tyson Gay and Johan Blake are the only other sprinters to have achieved times of under 9.70 seconds, doing so in 2009 and in 2012 respectively. The fastest time of the current decade was set by American athlete Trayvon Bromell, who clocked 9.76 seconds in 2021. Significantly quicker times could be on the horizon, though with a new smart surface being developed. Well, a lot of people speculating that Usain Bolt probably will lose his 100-meter world record and them things because of this situation that is going to go down. Let's read the article. Let's see what is the situation and why they think Usain Bolt might lose his world record. Hong Kong-born sprinter Alvina Chen is overseeing the advancement of a digital track with sensors providing real-time data to athletes. It also boasts an energy return which is around 20% greater than existing tracks based on early testing. And this is what the developers are saying, and I quote, "We believe we are creating the first major advancement," said Chen with an interview with the Telegraph. And he's saying, "With our track, we anticipate that it will be 20% faster than the Paris Olympic track, depending on athletes' ability and external conditions. Our vision is to have the track become the universal standard all over the world. We have the world's fastest running surface." Well, viewers and subscribers, they say that they build in a fast track, but it still have to depend on the athlete ability. So Usain Bolt not really bothered by that. This is what he said. Bolt has already shown that he's not bothered about having accolades taken away from him, though he was previously stripped of the relay gold he won at the Olympics in 2008 after his teammate Nesta Carter was hit with a doping sanction. Most athletes would be furious with losing a medal through no fault of their own, but Bolt was unmoved because he was convinced that his legacy remained intact. And this is Bolt's response to losing that medal. "I am disappointed based on losing a medal. but it won't take away from what I have done throughout my career, because I have won my individual events, and that's the key thing, he said. What can I do? I've done all I wanted in the sport. I have really impacted the sport. I've really accomplished a lot. So for me, I can't complain. End of quote. It suggests that even if another athlete uses the smart surface to break Bolt's record, he will be content in the knowledge that he will always be remembered as one of the history's greatest sprinter. Reading from that article there from the Express News. Well, that's it for our next show, my people. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Sorry for not being too consistent lately, because I'm still facing some technical difficulties, because I just fixed my phone and then it can't go out again.